Like you got the top of the wall cut in. And the bottom, now all you have to do is roll the wall. Roll the wall is easy. You just start at one end. You wanna start in the middle, just roll all the way up and all the way down. All the way up and all the way down. It's pretty easy to do. You don't have to be too careful. This is why you got tape on the baseboard, just in case you get gloves or paint on it. And that's all you gotta do. You get about, I don't know, a foot, pretty much one pass. But since we do have to paint it twice, I'm gonna try to stretch it out a little bit, just because I'm gonna use the first coat as pretty much a primer. And then the second coat, I'll put a little bit of heavier, you know? But when you're rolling the wall, you wanna go all the way up and all the way down, all the way up. I mean, in reality, you can do it any way you want, because as long as it looks good at the end of it. But you know, if you want to make money, you want to be quick and efficient, you just start on one side and just go all the way up and all the way down. And that's it. And you don't want to leave globs of paint everywhere. Globs of paint like that. You see how you can see it? If you let that dry, it's going to look ugly. You're going to have a big ridge in the middle of your wall. You see how you don't see that over here? Over here looks, and you just kind of see. And you can, oh, yeah, you see that right there? Boom. That's what you don't want to happen. So what you do is you just feather it out. You just basically just roll over it again. And you don't want to put too much pressure. See the glob of paint there? You can just roll over it and kind of smooth it out. And mix it back in. And then go up. You see? No more globs. No more ridges, it looks straight. You're always gonna have ridges like over here. If you can look really close, you'll probably see them, especially over here in the corner. But if they're small like that, then they'll disappear, they'll blend in. But if you got thick ones, they won't disappear, they won't blend in. And then you'll be screwed. But yeah, that's how we roll the wall. Just go all the way up, all the way down. It's not that serious. Just make sure you don't leave globs of paint. You can always go back and put more paint on, you know what I mean? You can't take it off, because taking off extra paint that you leave on, then it hardens in this ridge in the middle of your wall, that becomes a little bit more difficult. Not the end of the world, but just a little bit more difficult. You just dip it. You don't want to go in there, because you don't want too much paint on a roller. And then being that, see, there's still a lot of paint on the roller. If you go straight up here, like a lot of people do, what happens is you leave. See, if you go up here, a lot of people start here, look what happens. You know, if you go like this, I mean, you can do it, it works. And then you roll it out, and it still works, but look what happens. I don't know if you can tell, but look. Yeah, you can't pretty tell with the light on. Yeah. But see, you have a lot of paint up there because that's where you first put the roller on. So you end up with a lot of paint up there. Then look how close it is to the ceiling. So now in order to get this paint, you know, and minimize, because you don't want to leave it up there, so you have to take it off. So you have to be a little more careful. And then you have to work your way down from the ceiling. Again, and this ceiling is probably not, you know, so now you can go up there. Over here, there's probably still a lot. So you just go like this. It's probably not that big a deal to still work, but the problem is you have to be careful because you don't want to leave too much paint up there. And the same thing for the bottom. If you're doing the bottom, you gotta do the same thing. So the quickest way to avoid that is just to start in the middle. You're gonna dip the roller in the tray. I'll leave a bunch of paint on there. You see there's a lot of paint on there. You just start in the middle. That way you can make it, you're not close to the, by the time you get down, it's gonna be pretty dry, so you don't worry about it, and then it's all in the middle. So when you go up, it kind of takes them off. And then when you get up there, it's dry. You know, you're not gonna leave a lot of paint up there. And it's gonna naturally be like that because you started in the middle. So what you wanna do is just go up and down, all the way up and all the way down. And then that's it. Finish rolling this wall out, and that's it. And that's how you paint a wall. And yeah, that's it. You prepped it, you cut it, you rolled it, and that's how I like to paint the walls. And yeah, you do that 4 more times, and that's how you would paint a room. A little bit more than 4 times. These rooms are a little funky. It's nice when it's just 4 big square walls like that. But now this is what it looked like when it's done. I had to paint everything twice. It's a little light pink color. It's perfect for little girls. I think her daughter was like 4 or 5 years old, so the mother loved it. And but yeah, I got here around 10:30, and I finished around 2:30, so it didn't take long.